These videos are brought to you by MSCCasino.com and the Macau Sporting Club. MSCCasino.com, check it out.
You are watching SportsMatters TV.
Okay guys, SportsMatters TV, we're back in Dublin for the rematch, Cameron versus Taylor 2. I'm joined by Chantel's trainer, Jamie Moore, a man that I followed his career as a pro and as a trainer. First of all, Jamie, back in Dublin. Different circumstances this time. Obviously, Chantel getting the win the first fight, but look, it's great momentum going into this fight in November for the rematch.
Yeah, of course there is. You know, not massive differences really, to be honest, compared to the first fight. You know, Chantel was champion coming into the sort of hero's backyard, and so the only difference is she's probably a slight favourite this time rather than the underdog like she was last time, but it was only slightly. And in fact, you know, to be honest, she's probably a bigger favourite than I'm giving her credit for. It's just my mentality is always going to be she's the underdog, because that's the way I have to prepare her to make sure that she's ready for when she gets there.
And Jamie, look, we know how good Chantel is, right? I think coming into that fight, I'm not just saying it because you're in front of me, but we all felt Chantel could have done it.
Yeah.
Okay? And there was something in the air. Obviously, Chantel being such a tough fighter, very hard to hurt. Like the second fight now, she obviously knows Katie that bit much more. So it could be a different story again in the fact that, look, we know that maybe Chantel will go for the KO, but she doesn't say that. She says, look, she doesn't predict these things. But look, how do you see that fight going? Obviously, she's a lot stronger, and it's going to be an interesting fight for the second one.
She's definitely, the way she's got to go about this fight is she can be more aggressive. Doesn't mean that she's going for the knockout. Yeah. Just means that she needs to implement her tactics more forcefully on Katie than she did the last time. She sort of went through the motions with it, and she boxed at a gear higher than Katie, and then sort of got in control of the fight and was happy to just be in control. Yeah. Whereas this time she needs to force her even more, because, for instance, around about the middle, maybe the 7th round it was, Katie really dug in deep and started to fight back a little bit. She sensed she was losing the fight. She needs to take that away from her before she gets to that point. Yeah. You know, so she was sort of in control of the action, but coasting through in control. And this time she can't just allow that to happen. She needs to force it on her. And whether that brings a stoppage or not, I really don't know. But she's capable of doing it. But she just needs to make sure that it's more emphatic this time, because the first time we had a draw on the scorecards, and it's just not good enough. And even the two what gave it her only gave it her by 1 round. So, you know, it's just, for me, it was the closest it should have been was 97-93. It shouldn't have been any closer than that, and anything after that was just wrong. So we have to make sure we're more emphatic this time, because we can't afford for Katie to win 1 more round and get a split decision. It's just, you know, it'd be wrong for boxing.
I know. And like, it was a great fight, look, no doubt about it. Look, and it's probably going to go down as one of the greatest rematches of all time. Look, people are talking about it. Eddie's on about the ticket sales already, you know, breaking records again. But what was that atmosphere like walking out? Because Jamie, I know you like the Irish. I know you know the way we are. We're a bit mad, but listen, the atmosphere.
I'm half Irish myself.
I know.
So my mum's side of the family are all Irish. So it's like, it's bittersweet for me. Listen, I'm a huge Katie Taylor fan, always have been. What she's done in the sport and what she's done for the sport is amazing. Yeah. So it's bittersweet for me, because I don't want to be coming here, being in the opposite corner, beating Katie Taylor. But we're just in that position. The fact of the matter is that's where we are. But you know, we've got to come and do it all again, which is a shame. Do you know what I mean?
And listen, you have no grey hairs, right? As a fighter, incredible. As a trainer, Jamie, you look so calm, collective. Obviously, you enjoy it. Look, you have so much knowledge, so much to give. There's so many more fighters that we're going to see under your wing. But look, it must be a true pleasure seeing what Chantel achieved. And look, what's ahead. I'm
loving it. You know, I really do enjoy it. I can't lie. I never had any intentions of getting involved in training. It just fell into us. And aye, like he just nearly fell into us then. I just sort of fell into it, and I wouldn't change it for the world now. But like before, for instance, someone mentioned about how much more confident Chantel is in speaking. And she said, listen, that's down to being around Jamie and Nigel. They've helped me so much with my confidence and stuff like that. Things like that for me are bigger than boxing. Yeah. So because she'll be more confident in the way she speaks to people for the rest of her life. Yeah. Not just in her career, while she's a world champion, for the rest of her life. So in a way, we're helping her for the next 30, 40 years rather than for 4 or 5 years while she's a fighter. So these things what are bigger than boxing. Of course, I enjoy helping her out and get, you know, the trips we've been on and the memories we've made over the years, becoming a world champion, undisputed in Abu Dhabi, coming to Dublin and beating Katie, massive memories. But the fact, me knowing that in the long run we've helped make her a better person and more confident in herself, is bigger than boxing.
Definitely. 2 fast questions, okay? What was a better night for you? That epic fight with Macklin or Chantel becoming, not becoming, but obviously look, beating Katie that night, that was, what was
Chantel beating Katie without a doubt. Chantel becoming undisputed. No, I don't know how many fights. I think the year what I got trainer of the year was 2018. I think we had 32 fights as a gym. Nearly every single high-end, high-profile fight what I'm involved in with my fighters feels better to me than it did when I had big wins myself, because I'm doing it for somebody else. Yeah. It's weird. I get more enjoyment out of helping somebody else achieve what their goals are. So yeah, I mean, I don't think I felt anything after the Macklin fight, to be honest. I was numb.
There was some fight that was, Jamie. And listen, look, a great trainer as well. Last of all, look, we obviously knew that Chantel wanted to step them away to fight for Katie's belts, okay? How hard did you push for that? Was it close to happening, or was it just look?
No, listen, we pushed for it and we pushed quite hard with it, and basically we got told no. And the reason we got told was that Katie didn't want any excuses if she wins the rematch, which I sort of understand. The reason we wanted it was because we didn't want any excuses. Yeah. Because we didn't want the vast majority of people saying, Chantel beat Katie because she was naturally bigger.
Yeah.
Because Chantel's a natural lightweight, so that's why we wanted it at the weight. But it's not there. It's not going to be at that weight. It's a shame, because Chantel deserved the opportunity to become a 2-weight undisputed champion. But it is what it is.
Jamie, pleasure as always, my man. Looking forward to November. Cheers, and look, you're a legend.
Thank you. Cheers.
Be sure to check out and support all our media partners. Sports Matters, bringing the sports home.